Rhizobium as a biofertilizer, its production and application. For the first time, Nobe and Hiltner in 1895 introduced a biofertilizer with the commercial name of nitrogen. Actually, this biofertilizer contained the laboratory culture of rhizobium. This was the first rhizobial biofertilizer in the industry of world. There are different steps involved in the production of rhizobial biofertilizer. It includes merely 9 steps. First, isolation of rhizobium, identification of rhizobium, starter culture preparation, mass culture preparation, cell counting, production of carrier-based inoculum, packaging and storage, quality control, and the last process is application. First step is the isolation of rhizobium. Rhizobium species can be isolated from soil or root nodule. Both the sample contain different variety of rhizobial species, but root nodules are the preferred source to get contamination-free rhizobial species. For that, first we should take healthy and mature root nodules, then wash it with sterile distilled water to remove soil particle attached to it. Thereafter, surface sterilize the nodules with either mercury chloride or sodium hypochlorite solution, or we can also use 90% ethanol. Then crush the surface sterilized nodules with distilled water in order to get a suspension. Strake this suspension in petri plates containing Yama media or yeast extract mannitol agar media. Further, incubate this for 3 to 4 days at 28 to 30 degrees Celsius. Thereafter, observe for translucent glistening elevative rhizobial colonies on the surface of the medium. Second step is the identification of rhizobium species. Both rhizobium and agrobacterium species can grow on Yama media. So, it can be distinguished based on the following test, or we can correctly identify rhizobia by using this test. First is the Cryer-Ma test. Okay, in order to perform this test medium, we should mix 2.5 ml of Congo red dye with 1 liter of Yama medium. Next, pick the colonies, suspected colonies from the Yama medium, then strake it over the Cryer-Ma medium. Incubate at 28 degrees Celsius for at least 1 week. If rhizobial colonies are present on the Cryer-Ma medium, they will produce white color by using the Congo red dye, by utilizing the Congo red dye in the medium. Whereas agrobacterium cannot utilize this Congo red dye, so their colonies will be appearing in red color. The next identification method include microscopic observation. Okay, for the microscopy, we have to stain the cells with carboxylphosphine stain and observe for beta hydroxybutyrate granules. If it is present, we can confirm it as rhizobial cells. Another method is glucose peptone agar test or GPA test. It is a confirmatory test for rhizobia. Okay, so we can simply cultivate this colonies, suspected colonies over glucose peptone agar medium. If it is growing, we can confirm that it is rhizobial colonies. Okay, next method is salt tolerance test. We can prepare Yama media with 2% NaCl, but rhizobial colonies cannot grow on the medium. Next test is lactose test. Agrobacterium can utilize lactose, but rhizobium cannot utilize lactose. So, based on this test also, we can distinguish both agrobacterium as well as rhizobium species. Starter culture preparation. For that, prepare Yama broth in a flask and sterilize it. Transfer the confirmed rhizobial colony into this flask. Incubate in a shaker incubator at 28 to 30 degrees Celsius for 4 days. Now, the starter culture or mother culture is ready. Transfer this culture into a seed tank fermenter and incubate further for 4 to 9 days. It can be preserved for long time. Next is mass culture preparation. Prepare a broth medium, that is Yama broth medium, in a large fermenter. Adjust the medium pH to 6.7 to 7. Thereafter sterilize the medium and inoculate it with prepared starter culture. Incubate at 30 to 32 degrees Celsius for 3 to 4 days. Now the mass culture is ready in a large fermenter. Cell counting. The most common method used for cell counting is serial dilution and plating method. Usually 10 to the power 8 to 10 to the power 9 cells are optimal for biofertilizer preparation. The sixth step is production of carrier-based inoculum. Carriers are inert material that is used to mix with rhizobial culture or broth culture. Different types of carriers can be used. For example, peat, lignite, farmyard manure, charcoal powder, etc. But in India, powdered farmyard manure and charcoal powder are commonly used. This carrier should be powdered and dried in sun to get 5% moisture. Then sieve it with 100 to 200 mesh sieve. Before using, the carrier material should be neutralized by mixing it with calcium carbonate powder. Thereafter autoclave at 121 degrees Celsius for 3 hours. Again dry this carrier material. Harvested broth mixed with this carrier in trays either by hands or by mechanical means. The moisture content should be 30 to 40% for the carrier mixed inoculum. Leave it in tray for 2 to 10 days at 20 to 24 degrees Celsius. Packaging and storage. Polythene bags are best for packaging. The packed biofertilizer should be kept at a constant temperature for a week. Thereafter, we can store it in a cold storage environment. The temperature should be between 4 to 15 degrees Celsius. We can store it for a maximum of 6 months at this temperature. The products should not be directly exposed to sunlight or heat. It will kill the viable bacteria in the biofertilizer. Proper quality control measures should be taken. Actually, this inoculum quality, which means number of effective microbial cells present in our carrier based preparation. Some of the quality control measures include strain testing, second, control of inoculum density in broth before mixing it with carrier, and control of the same inoculum density in the carrier based preparation or culture during the storage period. Application. Mainly seed inoculation is practiced. The major steps for inoculating seeds with rhizobial biofertilizer include the following step. First, take water in a container to which add 50 gram of sugar or jaggery and boil it for 15 minutes. Then add gum arabic 200 gram and mix it well. Then cool this preparation. Now the sticker solution is ready. To this sticker solution, add prepared rhizobial culture and mix it properly. Now the inoculum slurry is ready, to which add seeds and mix it properly. Thereafter dry the seeds in shades and while drying keep it covered. Now the seed coated rhizobial cells are ready to sow in the field. There is another method called pelleting. This method is also used for the seed treatment. In case of pelleting procedure, high amount of gum arabic, nearly 10% gum arabic, or carboxymethyl cellulose, nearly 20%, is added to the inoculum slurry before it is mixing with seeds. In certain cases, we can also use pelleting agent, especially when the inoculated seeds are moist, to get evenly coated seeds.